I believe that every man should be practicing Stoicism. If you are a purpose-driven man, if you are a man of honor and integrity, you have to practice Stoicism. When you don't practice Stoicism, here's what could happen, right? Because I think it's better if we paint a visual for what happens if you don't practice Stoicism. Because some of you guys might be, okay, what's the importance of being a Stoic? Well, here's the truth. You'll let your emotions get the best of you. You'll let your emotions get the best of you. I've let this happen before in my life. And that's when I made the most decisions that I regretted. It was always when I was out of my emotional control. It was always when I didn't prioritize my emotional intelligence. I let my emotions get the best of me. And you know what's sad? Emotions is just energy and motion. It comes and goes. And Stoics understand this. They appreciate things for what it is. They don't overcomplicate life. They don't overcomplicate their emotions. And they for sure aren't making decisions that are permanent, because once you make a decision that's a permanent thing, you can't change that decision. They're not making decisions that are permanent, right? They're thinking before they act. They're not making permanent decisions off of temporary emotions. I'll repeat that one more time. As men, as Stoics, as purpose-driven men, we should not be making permanent decisions off of temporary emotions. We should not be making permanent decisions off of temporary emotions. So one of the first things that I want to go over, shout out to Marcus Aurelius, one of my favorite Stoics and one of the first Stoics that I got introduced to. And one of the teachings is to control what you can control, right? And accept what you cannot. You have to focus on the things that you actually can control. A lot of people don't do this. You got to understand that, bro. A lot of people don't focus on the things that they can control. They focus on everything that's going wrong. They never focus on what's going right, right? They never can see the beauty in a good day, right? So as a Stoic, you have to understand that you got to control what you can control. You can't control what somebody else thinks of you. That's why you should always just be yourself. Let's keep it real. I can't control what somebody thinks of me. I just got to be myself, right? I have to be myself, bro. I can't control what nobody thinks of me. So I might as well just be me. I might as well just be who God made me to be. I might as well just be myself, brother. That's what Stoics understand. And we have to accept what we cannot control. I can't control how hot the sun is today, right? I just have to appreciate it for what it is. So there's some things that are out of our control. Once you start living life like this, life begins to become significantly better for you. You control your own self. You control your own emotions because you realize you can't control nobody else. If you in a relationship with a girl and she decides to do something and you deem it disrespectful or wrong, guess what? You don't got to get mad at her. You don't got to get upset at her. You could tell her, hey, what you did was wrong, but you don't even got to raise your voice, because at the end of the day, you understand she decided to make that decision, bro. Right? So now you solve 90% of arguments. It's like, I ain't even going to argue with you. We talked about this. You did something that was wrong. Why? Now you automatically go in and having a conversation instead of just arguing. And this goes for all aspects of life, right? You can't control what nobody else does. You can only control what you do. So that should make the conversation significantly better. And another thing that's important is to practice virtue. We have to practice virtue. You have to cultivate virtues like wisdom, courage, justice, right? And self-discipline. These are seen as the highest goods and are essential for a fulfilled life. Self-discipline, having a purpose, having virtue, having honor. You know, a lot of these things are important. This is what Stoicism is all about. Doing the right thing even when no one's looking. Living by codes and morals. Not just going out here and doing whatever you want to whoever you want, disrespecting people, thinking that you can act without there being any type of consequences. Nah, bro, at the end of the day, you got to practice virtue, right? You got to cultivate wisdom. You have to want to learn, to be better, to be purpose driven, to educate yourself outside of the school system, right? To focus on what's right and not what's wrong, to do good onto others so others can do good onto you. You got to live by some sort of system. Right? You got to live by some sort of system. You can't just say I'm systemless. You can't just say I'm free. What are you following? You know, a man that stands for nothing is going to fall for anything. You have to stand up for something. You got to stand up for some codes, some ethics, for doing the right thing. You got to stand up for others. You know, when somebody's bullying people, what you going to do? Just stand there and watch? You know, Socrates said, if you stand there and rot, you just as bad as the person that's actually doing the harm. I'm not saying to jump in and fight, but I'm saying, hey, make sure that that person's okay. Do good unto others. Treat others how you would want others to treat you. So it's all about having that type of system as well. Systems in your life are important. How you see things are important, right? Controlling what you can control is important. Another one I would say is understanding that adversity builds strength. There's a lot of people, they run away from adversity. They run away from things that are tough. They run away from tough moments. But you have to understand that the adversity that you go through is how you build strength. It's all about how you handle things. When it comes to being stoic, it's all about how you handle things. Things in life is always going to be thrown at you, right? It's always going to be thrown at you, bro. Negative things, positive things, whatever it is, things will always be thrown at you, but it's about how you evolve past that. It's about how you handle it so you can evolve past that, right? In your life right now, you might be going through trials and tribulations, but that's only going to make you stronger. If it makes you stronger, it's going to help you evolve past that. Evolve past that situation. Evolve past that thing that's happening to you, right? But you got to accept it for what it is. You got to say, man, life is tough right now. What can I learn from that? Life is hard right now. What can I learn from that? Instead of me crying about it, instead of me being sad about it, let me use this to my advantage to lock in on myself, to lock in on life, to lock in on what's important. Let me actually go through the pain and go through the struggle and appreciate it for what it is. Adversity builds character. Adversity builds you up as a man. You cannot run away from adversity. Stoics understand this. Stoics understand that the experiences in life, whatever happens to them, it's going to help build them. It's going to help build their discipline, their wisdom. It's going to help build their life up, right? You need those tough times too in order to become the man that you are. You need to go through hardship and difficulty so you can also help other people go through hardship and difficulty. You can show them that you've been through it. You've been there, done that. You went through the struggle and you came out on the other side victorious. Only if you're stoic. Only stoics do that. Only stoics understand that this moment is temporary. You got to appreciate it for what it is because it won't last forever. But if you keep thinking of the negatives, you're going to build yourself into an internal prison. It's going to be internal and you'll always be in that prison. Stoics understand that the mind is more powerful than anything that can happen to you. Somebody could curse me out right now. I won't feel good about it at all. I would want to ask, you know, what provoked you to do that? Why did you do that? But as a stoic, I understand that that just happened. I have to take that information in, right? And I have to ask myself, am I going to accept that or not? I'm not going to accept it. You can't curse me out. You can't call me out my name because that's not my name. I'm just going to keep on walking. I'm just going to keep on moving forward. You can stand up for yourself, of course. You can say, hey, don't talk to me like that. And then at that point, you just cut it off because you're a stoic. You don't have to feed in to the negativity. You understand that everything is a mindset. That's what you got to understand. Everything is a mindset, bro. You either want to accept it or not. You either want to deal with it or not. Now, you could be in an internal prison because you could keep thinking to yourself, man, somebody cursed me out today. Who they think they is, what? You just got to understand whatever happens to you from somebody else, that's on them. That's from their life experiences. That's things that they went through. That has nothing to do with me. I am an innocent bystander and I'm going to keep on moving forward with my life. That's something that they have to work through. They got problems within their own life. I got to just stay calm. I'm not going to let you take me off my square. Being a stoic is being emotionally intelligent, man, to the highest degree. A lot of things don't get on your nerve. A lot of things don't make you mad. A lot of things don't make you upset simply because you know that you are going to be who you are and nobody else can change that. Nobody else can make you mad. Nobody else can make you upset. Nobody else can make you angry. Nobody else can play with your emotions. It's your emotions. You have to be in control of your own emotions, and that's going to help you make so much more better decisions in your life. That's what it all comes down to, having a peace of mind and making better decisions. Again, having a peace of mind and making better decisions in life. A lot of guys make decisions that they regret because they're angry. They get angry so fast. You know, you go to a party, you step on somebody's shoes and they ready to hurt you over that. Over shoes, bro? Some people ready to take somebody's life over shoes. You know, I find that very, very, very disrespectful, because at the end of the day, it's not that deep. It's not that serious. So you have to control your emotions. You got to understand how you feel in this moment right now. That's not how you're going to feel forever. That's just how you feel temporarily. Why would you make a permanent decision off of a temporary emotion? That's number one. Number two, why would you live life with no codes, with no ethics, with no morals? Right? You got to treat people good. You got to treat people right. Right? Everything is also a mindset. That's number three. Everything's a mindset. Okay? Everything is a mindset, and you could create an internal prison if you don't take control of your mind. You can start being angry about things from years ago. All of a sudden, you're a prisoner of your past because you haven't learned forgiveness. You don't know how to heal, and you don't know how to accept things for what it is. Sometimes you just got to accept things for what it is, bro. You can't be mad at the sun because it's hot. The sun is hot. That's what the sun does. You have to learn to accept it and adjust, wear your sunscreen, go outside and handle it just like a man got to handle it. That's it. So let's talk about another one, right? You have to let go of anger and resentment, which is similar to what we were just talking about. You cannot be holding on to things from your past, okay? Anger harms you more than the person you're angry with. Cultivate inner calmness. You have to cultivate inner calmness. You have to learn to be calm. You got to learn to take care of yourself. You got to have inner peace. Nobody else should be able to take away your peace. Your peace of mind as a man is everything. Your peace of mind as a human being is everything. Being at peace, being relaxed, taking things day by day, time by time, minute by minute, being in the present moment is important. I don't want y'all to be a prisoner of your past. I don't want y'all to be upset with nobody. I want you guys to have forgiveness in your heart. That doesn't mean that you got to let that person be around you. Oh, I'm going to let this person be around me again. Nah, you don't have to do that. Please don't. Some people don't have access to you no more, and it's for good reason, and we understand that for sure. But what I'm saying is you got to have forgiveness. You got to let go of anger. You have to let go of resentment. Anger is poisonous, and it could really hurt the mind. So again, when we're talking about Stoicism, you see what we're dealing with? A lot of emotions, how to handle emotions, how to be emotionally intelligent. Once you're emotionally intelligent, automatically you're a Stoic, right? Self-reflection is important. That's another one. Regularly examine your thoughts and actions to align them with Stoic principles. You have to reflect on your past decisions. This is different from being a prisoner of the past. This is significantly different from being a prisoner of the past. Don't be a prisoner of the past, but you can reflect on the past and say, okay, I could have done this better. I could have done that better. I could have made better decisions, right? I could have made better decisions. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with admitting I could have made better decisions. That's how you grow as an individual. That's how you grow as a person. That's how you grow as a man. You're supposed to evolve. Let these situations help you evolve. It's not supposed to keep you the same. It's not supposed to make you the same man. It's supposed to help you change. It's supposed to help you grow. It's supposed to help you be different, right? So as a Stoic, when you go to bed, you're thinking about your day. You're thinking about your past in a way in which it can help you evolve. How can I be a better man? How could I have handled this situation differently? And then when that situation presents itself again, which it will, it does for many, now you know how to deal with that situation, right? Because life is going to test you again on some of the same things that you've been through, just to see if you've grown, just to see if you've changed, just to see if you've truly become the man that you said you are. You got to be in the present moment. As a Stoic, you have to be in the present moment, man. You got to be in the present moment. I've been practicing in my life being more present, and what it does is it makes you appreciate life. It makes you more grateful for life. I want y'all to test it out. Just go on a walk, right? And whoever go on walks regularly, or you knows what I'm talking about, being outside, being in nature for a little bit, even if it's just 30 minutes out the day, that feeling that I'm talking about, put it down in the comment section. It's such a beautiful feeling, right? To just be at peace, to be in the present moment. And that's why they call the present moment a present, because it's a gift. It's a reminder that you're alive right now, that your heart is beating, that you could breathe in some beautiful air, man. You could be at peace. Like, things like that matters, bro. It matters. We don't think that it matters, but it does. It matters because our heart is beating right now. We're alive right now. And that should make a lot of your problems go away. Because a lot of the times, a lot of people, they're in internal prisons. Why? Because they keep thinking of the problems that's in their life. Now, of course, we got to think of the problems because then that's how we find solutions. But when you're in the present moment, I promise you, solutions come. Solutions come to you. You start worrying less about things that don't matter, like what people think or what people are saying. You start getting up out your head and walking in real life, and you start realizing, man, I have a real life that I need to take care of. I have a real life that I need to appreciate. I need to focus on my real life. Like, those are the things that matter. Nothing else really matters, bro. Focusing on your real life, that's what matters, bro. You got to focus on your real life. You got to focus on your real life. And a lot of us, we're not focusing on real life because we focusing on the online world and what's trending online. But the truth is, if you weren't online, you'd realize that your real life is much more peaceful than you think. Sometimes you just got to turn the phone off. Sometimes you just have to turn the mind off. Sometimes you just can't think about the past, obviously, unless we're thinking about our actions and how we could have done better. But you can't think about the past and regret the past or be a prisoner of the past. You can't think about the future too much. You got to be in the gift. You have to be in the present moment. Unwrap that gift of life and be present. Enjoy where you are in life. Enjoy your life, man. Enjoy your life. Like that stuff is so important. So let's go over a little bit of things we talked about. Controlling what you can't control and accepting what you cannot. We got to accept the things that we cannot control. There's a lot of things that we can't control, and there's a lot of things that we can control. And the truth is, it's your life, so you can control a lot more than you think. You can control how you respond, your attitude, how you think, how you operate, what you believe, your perspectives. You control all of those things, right? And I think that's a beautiful thing. So y'all got to start controlling y'all life. A lot of y'all are not in control of y'all life. The next thing, bro, you got to practice virtue. You got to have morals. You got to have integrity, courage, justice, self-discipline. You got to be locked in on these principles, bro. Again, a lot of people are not locked in on these principles. They just live in life. They don't have no codes, no morals, no ethics. You got to have ethics as a man. You have to stand up for something as a man, right? What's the next one? You have to understand that adversity builds strength. Use the tough times as strength. That's what's going to make you stronger. That's what's going to make you a better man. Stoics understand this, right? Another one, let go of anger and resentment. You should never be angry at nobody. You got to forgive people, because the more that you angry at somebody, that's only going to hurt you more than it hurts the other person. The other person living their life. The other person is doing great. The other person is moving on with their life. And you sitting here staying angry at them. For what? You got to move on, bro. Right? The next one, self-reflection, looking back at the past only to reflect on your actions and seeing how you could have made better decisions, right? So we got one more, and that's being in the present moment, because you're alive and you need to be grateful for that. You have to be grateful for life. But we're actually gonna have two more, y'all. I got two more for y'all. And that's for those who are truly purpose-driven, who stay towards the end of the video. I love y'all because I got two more gems, right? Remain unshaken by praise or criticism. Don't be swayed by others' opinions. Maintain your inner stability and integrity. Whether people love you or hate you, you can't take things too personal. You have to know who you are. I know that I'm a good person. I know that I'm a person of integrity. I know that I'm also not perfect. I know that I've been through a lot. I know that I've made a lot of mistakes, and I know that I've learned from those mistakes. And truly, that's what makes me a man, because I'm not perfect. I don't want to be perfect. I'm glad I made those mistakes because I can learn from it and I can move better. And that's the goal of life, is to get near perfection, Each day, 1% better, 1% better. What are we truly trying to get after? We're trying to be forever wise, right? We're trying to be forever healthy, right? And obviously that's not possible, but at the same time, that's what we're trying to reach. And it's a beautiful journey, because what else will we be doing? If we're not self-improving, what else? Being a shell of ourselves, being mediocre? Nah. So remember, remain unshaken. Whether people love you or hate you, you got to know who you are. You got to be unshaken by that, bro. You got to be unshaken by that. The next one is important. Focus on duty, not reward. Do what's right because it's the right thing to do, not for external praise or recognition. A lot of people don't know this, man. But the truth is, when you give to others and you don't record it or document it, the blessings come back into your life tenfold because you're just doing it off the books, off the record. The truth is, God knows your heart. The creator, the universe knows your heart. You just have to do things from a genuine spot. Don't do things because of status. Don't do things because of recognition. Do things because you wanted to do it. Do things out of the kindness of your soul. Do things out of the kindness of your heart. You see what I'm saying? Do things out of the kindness of your heart. Do it because it's good. Do it because it's the right thing to do. It's the moral thing to do. Okay? Those are some principles that I live by. Thanks, of course, to Marcus Aurelius. Thanks, of course, to Napoleon Hill. A lot of these great Stoics, they teach you a lot of great things about life. And again, one of the biggest things that I learned is that I got to be in control of my life. I have to be accountable for my life. Nobody else could be accountable for me. So I hope some of these Stoic principles can help you out. I truly believe that every man must master the art of Stoicism. And instead of me just talking about why every man needs to master the art of Stoicism, I gave you guys Stoic principles that you can practice and you can literally master those things. And I'll tell you this right now. I will give you a reason why. Because if you don't master those things, if you're not locked in, if you're not doing the things you need to do, when life happens for you, because that's what really happens. Things aren't happening to you. Life is happening for you to evolve. You're going to think that everything's attacking you. You're going to think that nothing is your responsibility. You're also going to think that nothing is your fault. You see what I'm saying? You're going to start blaming other people. You're going to be all in your emotions instead of taking responsibility, instead of having self-respect, instead of having self-discipline, the courage to say, this is my life. That's on me. I'm responsible. Let me find a way to react the best. Let me find a way to have the best reaction instead of reacting in the worst way. Because the truth is, when we make decisions in life as men, we can't get it back. When you look into prison systems, it's mostly men. Because we don't have emotional maturity. Because we're not thinking before we act. Because we care what other people think. Because we tried to fit in. You don't have your emotional controls in check. You doing things without thinking. You just moving, you just doing things. Now you gotta think, bro. You gotta think. This video is very important. We're definitely gonna make more Stoic videos like this. I love y'all, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tapping in to the brotherhood. We got merch, we got one-on-one consultations. We got a podcast. We got a lot of cool things that y'all can tap into to be part of the ecosystem. We got a Discord. We got a beautiful, purpose-driven man ecosystem, man. And I'm proud of it. I'm proud of y'all for doing great, for being great, and for wanting to learn about how to be Stoic. Because I promise you, once you learn these principles, man, it's over. You Stoic for life. And a lot of things won't trip you out. You'll be in control of a lot of situations. All right? I love y'all boys. Peace.